Welcome back to the IJF Matside studio on the team event, the day that we're holding the team event at the World Judo Championships here at the Nippon Budokan in Tokyo. We've got the lineup for the final block. That will be 2 bronze medal matches and then the gold medal match. And I'm going to ask Loretta Cusack-Doyle, first of all, before we come to Neil Adams, I'm going to ask Loretta Cusack-Doyle to tell us about the semi-final that she covered between, was it France and Russia?
Yes.
Must have been exciting. Okay, Loretta Cusack-Doyle, fill us in on that one.
Yeah, well, you had the top 4 seeds, where it was 2 and 3, France versus Russia in that semi-final, and it was a very exciting match. It started off with Russia taking the first 2 wins, then France taking the next 2 wins, and then the turning point, Clerget sort of getting that third, and it was like 3-3 at that stage, and then it went to the golden score. Well, they pulled out the weight catcher that's going to fight in the golden score, and my heart just sunk for Tesizova, who ended up the youngest in the team, being drawn to fight Gahi in that last match. It was a shame for her, it really was. She really did fight hard. She's a good junior, there's no doubt about it. She's junior European champion, and definitely has the potential to be brilliant, and just needs a little bit more experience. But up against Gao's, the current world champion, it was just that one step too far for her. And I really felt for the Russian team, because they were looking on form. Great performances though by both teams, but sadly only one can go through to that final. And obviously Russia will be up against Mongolia. I cannot see them having much trouble against the Mongolian team for that bronze medal match though. But here you see it, there's that contest. The maturity just was that little bit too much for her, but she dug in deep. The Osotogari, she just left herself a little bit exposed for the Makakomi at that end. But great match, good round.
Okay, we're going to come to the semi-final between Japan and Brazil. Neil Adams.
It was a whitewash. It was Japan were on cracking form, and I thought, so it was 4-0 against Brazil, and they never really got going. And it was Hamada that started it all off. Hamada, she's fighting out of the weight. She's one weight up, so she's fighting plus 70s. And she was looking for the groundwork, all the time looking for it. Got the opportunity, just wrapped the arm up there, and she was applying udigarami as she did it as well. And Ulthaman did well at the beginning, but then in the end, Hamada was just, her transition is superb. And the Japanese, when they get their legs trapped, always getting their legs out, they managed to just take it out with ease. Kokura was wonderful. I mean, I've got a special mention for him, because he's come in here, he wants to prove that he should have been in it in the individual, and Kokura was great. I mean, he's won Ippon every match so far. Yoshida came in in number 3, so she came in, it was against Rafael Silva. Silva came out all guns blazing, and we thought, here we go, it was a repeat of the semi-final of the World Championships, the individuals. And of course Yoshida just manages to get her to ground again, and then she just takes that leg out again. It was leg trapped, leg out, and you can see there that Silva was doing everything she could to get out. That was going to put them 3-0 down, and then of course Hashimoto comes out, does this massive Sodisura Kamigoshi. You think it's going to be massive Ippon, he just lands on his side there, so we've got more action coming, and so they stand up. And of course, Hashimoto, I was just saying as well, I said he normally switches it to the other side. When he goes left one time or he goes right one time, then he switches it to the other side. This is the left one again, the Sodi. Look at that, off one arm. Just brilliant stuff from Hashimoto. He has something to prove here, doesn't he? Because Ono beat him in the trials. Ono went on to win the world individual title. He wasn't even in it. All right, so they thought, well, we'll put the reserve into the teams. Got something to prove. He finishes it off with a great big right-handed Seoinage. Here it is. So right-handed Seotoshi in the end. and he just drives him down and just drives him all the way over to finish it with by Ippon, and a 4-0 lead to Japan, and they whitewash Brazil. And they're going to be very difficult to beat. Not always, the top team on paper, but they always are the right pick. I always find that they're the right pick to do the job.
Lorenzo Cosatol, your pick for the final: Japan over France, or France over Japan?
Japan, definitely.
Neil.
Yeah, no, without a doubt, I think Japan are going to come out as champions. I think France will, though, because they are great team people, so they'll be battling it all the way. And it's possible that they could win it, because France are the winners they're the winners of the underdog, aren't they? But I think that depending on the draw and who gets drawn out first, that will decide it. But I think
that's already decided.
Right. Okay. So they're going to start with.
What happens is they start with the 70 kilos in the first round, and it's just after that, each round that goes on is the next weight category along. So first round was 70 kilos, next round was 90 kilos. After that, it would have been plus 78. And now in the final, plus 70, yes, plus 70, 70, yeah. So plus 90. So let's start with the heavyweight.
Right.
Oh, that's bad news.
It is, and I think Kagura will come out, and they'll be silly if Japan if they don't keep Kagura in. He's just fantastic. He's doing a great job. So I think he'll come out, and he's going to be he's going to be really difficult for Murray to beat.
I just want to mention something that Neil touched on before we give you the rundown and the lineup for the contest, the matches in the final block, and that is the performance of a number of light heavyweight women in the super heavyweight weight category, because they move from plus 70 to a lot plus 70. It really is. That's it. You're into the into the super heavyweights then. And I saw Anna Maria Wagner this morning winning, and we just saw Hamada Shori. Kind of embarrassing, to be honest. Embarrassing Maria Suellen Altman out there in the middle, who's a real contender for a medal in the plus 78 kilo category. Now, what we've seen with the men is we can go through the ones who've moved up successfully. Or Sasson, he was under 100. Henk Grohl, Lucas Kapalek. There's a whole long list of people who've graduated up to the heavier weight. Do you think that at some stage the penny's going to drop and they're going to say, hang on a minute here, we can get a bit bigger, we can go up, we can be what? Okay, what are we now? Maybe 80 kilos, 82 or 83 when we're fighting at under 78. Let's just go 85, 86. Because we can deal with 90, 95 kilos.
Well, I've got to say that it was partly my discussion with Sasson that sent him up to the heavyweight division, because I was talking to their team at the time. I was over there, and I said, I would fight him at plus 100, because I said he's got the speed, he's got the agility, and also the power. And so he won his first Olympic medal at the heavyweight division. So I think that it is something that you can decide. Certainly for me, if I'd have been fighting at 100 kilograms, I would have done every open weight tournament, and I would have done every probably at some stage later on in my career gone up a weight into the heavier weight category.
Okay, we'll see whether some of the women take that on and decide to go up a weight category. Let's have a look at the lineup for the medal matches. But just before that, we've got to mention to the live Twitter question and answer session that's coming up tomorrow with the International Judo Federation President, Mr. Marius Visa. That's going to be tomorrow, Monday, 2nd of September, here in Tokyo, and it will be at 5:30 local time. So whatever time you have to work that out, wherever you are, 5:30, late afternoon, maybe early evening if you like. Question and answer session with Mr. Visa. Anything that you want to ask the IJF president, whether it's about these world championships or anything else to do with judo, then you can go to that live Twitter question and answer. We look forward to your company there. It's use @AskVisa, and you can submit your questions there, and I'm sure the IJF media director Mark Pickering will sort those through and make sure that they get asked. Okay, the lineup then for this final block. Azerbaijan will face Russia in the first of the bronze medal matches. We'll follow that with Cuba and Brazil, and then the gold medal match will be Japan versus France. So we've got 3 matches when we come back at 7:20. 7:20, not 7 o'clock. 7:20 is when we'll get underway. It'll be Azerbaijan and Russia, Cuba versus Brazil, Japan versus France. From Loretta Cusat-Doyle, Neil Adams, and myself, it's bye-bye for now.